today's focus is around the foam roller. What does the foam roller do for muscles? Well, this is all about the fascia. The fascia is part of your muscle tissue. And what the foam roller does by placing impact across the fascia is it stimulates blood flow. And with blood flow, what we get is loads of oxygen floating and coming across to the muscles, the joints, the areas that we need it to. Now, if you get more oxygen there, you can enhance recovery and plain and simply just the health of the muscle. So what that means is we can fill it with loads of nutrients, and that's the goal today. So to get there's a bit more to it as well. It can aid recovery, it can help reduce aches and pains, and this session today is ideal for anyone that has increased their training load, is experiencing niggles, or just wants to learn a little bit more of new techniques that they can do with the foam roller. For a personifying mobility team side of things, what we're looking to do is just try something a little bit different than usual and just have something to go with. So what we're going to do is choose your foam roller. You either have those that are quite sort of rigid, which means that it gets a little bit more stimulus through the capillaries, through the fascia itself, or if you're new to the foam roller exercises, then a sort of a flat, softer one is also absolutely fine. The firmer they are, the more intense on the muscles and the fascia it will be. They are the more deep it goes in. So I recommend messaging me and I'll give you an alternative. But plain and simply, grab that one, stand up for me, and let's get started. So you're going to need a mat and a foam roller and your lovely self today. So first up, we're going to place your foam roller in your feet, shoulder, and just rotate circles. Now with this, you're bending your knees slightly, but you're not looking to squat, just to get some movement in around the back before we start today. Changing direction. So with the foam roller, I'm going to show you exercises and stretches that you can do utilizing the foam roller for our key foundation exercises. Place that in front of you now, come on across your body, just side to side, waking up the mid back. So you've got your hands either end of that foam roller. We're going to keep that going, but slow it down. And I want your neck to look in the opposite direction over one shoulder as your hands reach out to the other side. So you're looking away from your hands as you come side to side now, team. Good. Fantastic. Last 3, 2, 1. Brilliant work. We're going to place this nice and high above the head, coming down, keeping your legs straight. You're going to place that down behind your heels and back up. The foam roller Mexican wave is off. And here we go. So kick starting the weekend or pushing on through the week's training as we go into mobility today. Keep that going, coming over to one side and back up, over to the outside of the legs. Feel this in the back of the legs, a little light activation on the hamstrings. So you come above the head, scooping in behind the leg, keeping the knees straight as you do this, team. As always, we're not looking to smash our mobility. We're just looking to have a light general stretch out through those. Okay, placing the foam roller in front of you. I want to lift your knees up towards that. Now the foam roller is going to be about your belly button height as you lift these up. So your knees are going to come to about hip height. 90 degrees is the optimum. Let's slow it down and really concentrate on your hips, not moving side to side as you drive the knee up. So with this, we're looking to lock them nice and neutrally. Bend the arms a little bit so that the foam roller comes closer to your body, so the knees touch it as they come up. And the key thing here is bringing those legs up and down, not looking from side. Good. Squeeze in the core. Slow that movement. Okay. Kick out the legs, keeping the arms in front. Kick the legs out. And as you do this, I don't want to have slow legs. The temptation is they haven't woken up. I want to focus on slow lifting it up and quickly bringing it down. Slowly coming up, quickly back. Slowly coming up, quickly back in running. This helps us land under our body as the feet are rushing to come back. And this means less pressure through the hips, less pressure through the shins, but most importantly as well, the main one is less pressure through the knees. 3 more. So lower up, quick under the body. 2. Last one. Fantastic. Just shake out your arms, kick out your legs. Most foam roller work is done on the ground. It's done on the floor here, guys, and that's what we're going to do today. So what we want to do is come down towards the ground, come onto our knees. If you want to, you can put a cushion under your knees, but it shouldn't be needed. Place your foam roller holding either end, so your hands are in, thumbs are on top, and just roll this through. Now coming down on top, rolling it out, and hold this position with your arms on top of the foam roller, chin down to your chest, bum back, and just stretching out the back. Lovely. Keep the knees and the feet on the floor, hands on top of the roller, slowly roll that back. So you're up into a kneeling position, and then roll back out again. Hold that position. As always, with mobility, we start off dynamically and come back in. And we build up to the static stuff as well. Ideally, we should be warm and again out before utilizing the rolling onto the fascia of the foam roller, the areas that most people, chin down to chest, expect with the foam roller what to do. And last one, as we bring that one in, and rolling out. Try and get a bit further across and towards the end of the mat with this one. Chin comes into the chest. Hold that stretch for your upper shoulders, mid to lower back. Fantastic work, guys. Okay, brilliant stuff. So next up, we're going to get a bit of movement into our hamstrings. So we're going to do a similar base one. I want you just to place the foam roller up on its side. So from here to here. Okay. With this one, it involves a bit of balance. We're going to come up onto our knee. You're going to place your foot on top of the foam roller. Now, with this one, the foam roller will add a little bit of instability. I want you to hold it into position there. If you need to, you can put your hand onto the floor. Okay? And I just want you to just come over either side of your ankle, roll back round, up to your knee, bring your hands above your head, and come back down towards your ankle, trying to keep the stability on the foam roller. If that's too difficult, just place your heel onto the floor, going for a butterfly based movement with your arms in swimming, over towards your ankle, either side of your leg, back through. Good, 2 more of those. So that's stretched right down the back of the hamstrings, down behind the knee. And slowly drop the foam roller to the floor, relax the leg down, change sides, onto the other side. Once again, if it's too difficult with instability, you can place it onto the floor and do exactly the same here. This one just creates a bit of instability, a bit of control through the areas. You bring both hands across and through. So the options there, level 1 on the floor, level 2 comes through. Hands over the top. Brilliant work, guys. 3 more. 2 to go. Last one. Okay, and slowly drop that to the floor. Next up, we add a little bit of movement into our hip flexors. So for this, we're going to lie down onto the floor. You're going to place the foam roller on the outside of the body like so, and you're going to bring your leg up just over to the side, so your knee is in line with your hip out the side of the body. The other leg's quadriceps, front of the thigh, is facing down. Your shoulders are relaxed down. And all I want you to do is lift that knee higher and lower from your elbow, slowly moving forwards, using the foam roller as a easier rolling device. So what you're looking to do is just to roll out the side of your fascia. If this hurts, then typically with this, take a little bit less stress off. Okay. And look to go to a less rigid part of the foam roller. Perfect. Go on to the other side. So what we're looking to do is just to stimulate your hip flexors onto this movement, out to the side, relax there, and just drive up your hips with keeping the rest of your body, so the other leg, facing down. Try not to twist towards the foam roller. Lovely. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, One. Brilliant. Coming up to a seated position next. Brilliant work. Placing your feet together. So the soles of the feet are together, hands above the head. We're going to get some movement into the obliques. Just stretching over to one side. Okay. Holding either end of the foam roller and to the other. Feel the stretch down the side of your core as you do this. Okay. We're going to hold the static stretch next. First of a few statics. Over to one side. Your elbow should be up by your ear. Keep your knees as far to the floor as you can here. And over to the other side. Chin comes down to the chest. We're going to push this forwards towards the screen. So that's all good. And stretch out that mid back. Loosening in between the shoulder blades. The next exercise involves lying down on our back. Okay, we're going to just stretch up above the head as we start to lie down towards our back. Okay, great stuff. Brilliant. So lying on our back here, we're going to keep your foam roller in hand. Bring one leg up towards the foam roller, keeping it as straight as possible. Relax that down and alternate with the other side. Keep that going, keeping your leg as straight as possible. And your elbows as straight as possible. So what we're looking to do is to wake up and activate the hamstrings into one of our foundation exercises. Fantastic. 5, 4, keep that going actively. 3, last couple, final one, brilliant. So from here, we're going to place the foam roller behind the leg. I want you to pull the foam roller towards your chest, keeping your knee bent at 90 degrees. You're going to bring the knee as close towards your upper chest as you can and really squish this back. Now, what you'll notice with this stretch versus some of the foundation exercises you may have done before in our mobility sessions is you can feel a little bit higher, potentially, if you have a tightness in your top of your hamstring. And the reason being is you can get more pressure from that knee forwards up towards your body. Some of you might not feel much of a stretch here, which is a good sign. Shows that your hamstrings are healthy, but also shows that we can definitely increase the training speed or load. Okay, we're going to straighten that leg now. And what I want you to do is the inside of your knee, I want you to push against the foam roller. Actively looking to stretch there just for stability, and your leg is looking to be as straight as possible. Can you feel that in the back of the leg? Can you feel that in the hamstrings? How are they feeling today? Okay, bend that leg. The foam roller is just at the bottom of the hamstring towards the knee, and you're pulling that knee nice and close towards the body. Your shoulders are grounded, your lower back is grounded. Fantastic. Straighten that leg, push against the foam roller, but keeping that knee as straight as you can. At the toes, just pointing towards the ceiling and down towards the shins, just to activate and warm up the calves today. Lovely. Bend that leg nice and close to the body here before we go onto the other side. So a couple just on the one side, hands nice and high, holding either end of the foam roller. Kick out the leg that you haven't been using for this next one here. 3, 2, 1. Bring that foam roller around the back of the leg. Squeeze that close to your body. So the goal here is to get your knee as high up towards your upper chest as you can. Have a look down the leg. Is the heel coming in laterally across your body? Is it directly there? Your foot is in line with the knee. What is the other leg doing? Is that typically relaxing out to the side, or is the foot grounded and your hips neutral? All these things are just learning more data about your body. As you straighten that leg, straight behind the knee, we're looking to push back with the knee on the foam roller. The head is relaxed, the lower back is down, the shoulders And nice and controlled. Here we go. Bend that leg into the chest. Good work, team. Nice and controlled. Good slow movements between exercises. And straighten out. So it's just a slight adaptation on exercises you're used to. Find what works best for you. What's most effective as a deep stretch? Is it this one with the foam roller? Is it the one with the resistance band we've done in previous weeks? Or is it our static one with our hands? We're going to add the calves in here by bringing the toes up towards the ceiling, down towards the shin, nice and slow and controlled. It's not a race. Not today, guys. Keep that leg straight. 3, 2, 1. Bend that leg in towards the chest. Last one on here. Fantastic. Really good work. So we move over next to the quadriceps. For this one, we spin it around onto our front. Just relax the foam roller down next to you, and we lightly kick our legs back just to have a feel for our fronts of our legs, our quadriceps. So as we do this, we're looking to go into tantrums. Add the arms if you like, bringing the heels up to bum, focusing on the movement. We discussed at the beginning of the video today, we talked about how it's important to stimulate the muscles. We've had our warm-up, we've utilised some of our stretches already. Now that stimulation comes from the fascia, which is part of the muscle tissue. And what we're looking to do is just place pressure in that area and release it. How do we do this? Well, with the quadriceps, or with all of the work that we do through the foam roller, we move this towards the heart to encourage toxins to get released out of the body. So it always comes towards the heart. So we start off by the knee. So to do this, place one leg next to the foam roller, like so. The other leg just above the knee, a couple of millimeters above the knee, is going to place pressure onto the foam roller. Many of you have done this before. Just take note of where you are in the room. Is there around about a metre to a metre and a half behind you as you do this? If not, shuffle forwards. Ideally, the best done on a harder surface. Relax your hands down into a plank position and slowly placing your hips neutrally, so they're not twisting out to the side, they're just facing down. Walk yourself back, keeping as much pressure through your quadriceps that you can without changing your facial expression. This movement typically should take between 3 and 5 seconds to get to the top of your hip. As you come to the bony part of the hip, where you can feel that you're getting towards the torso, take the pressure off, move back to the original position there, and repeat. So this is working. Lower your body, your main quadriceps, nice and slow. Now, if you feel a nodgy bit, you feel it's a bit bruised, a bit achy, then just stay there and rock 1 centimetre back and forwards as if you're massaging the area. And what you're doing there, if you think about the muscle itself, is you're placing pressure and releasing, which is giving this consistent, powerful intake of blood into that area, filling it with those nutrients, and then just roll it through as if it's pastry dough that you're looking to flatten out for that there. Okay, so that's the central part of the quad. What we do there next is we focus on 3 different sections of those 4 muscles. The inside. So by doing this, you place the leg on the foam roller and you point your toes down at 45-degree angle towards the floor. You then do the same movement utilizing just the inside of that quadricep. It's still on the front of your thigh, but it's just inside slightly. We move up and it takes a little bit of strain off the adductors, the muscles that are responsible for the inside of the leg When your glutes aren't firing, they're often an area that gets a bit of tightness. And as you come up, just be careful, gents, as you move through this top part of the movement. And we pull that through just to the top of the groin and release, take the pressure off, move forwards. Now, for the purpose of today, for this exercise and the technique, and I remember when a few of us have tried this for the first time and have definitely developed this technique, and if you've done this many times, this will be easy. If it's one of the first times you've done that exercise, so go through that same one again, then the technique of moving forwards and back is quite challenging. The pressure through the shoulders can be quite tough. So just take your time here, guys. If you need to stop, just do, shake out your arms and repeat. Lovely. Okay, so that leg's nearly done. We're going to move over next onto the outside. I'm going to spin it round for this. So with this one, what you're going to do here is we're going to put our full body onto onto the foam roller. Okay, so this position, we're going to come back here in a moment, a bit later on. But right now, you put your full body onto those. Now remember, we're still doing the fronts of our thighs. So you're going to one hand round, so you over, pointing outside of the quadricep. Once again, commando rolling those hands back and just rolling through towards the outside top of the thigh. Lovely. Same time frame as you relax down, go back into that position. Same time frame as you did before at the front. What a lot of people is just do is they just do the front, the first exercise we did today. Here we go. And what that means is they don't get the full movement of rotational quadriceps in areas that typically take a lot of the impact when we are fatigued. Okay, so you're rolling that through. Can you feel a bit more tightness in that area? If so, that's likely to show a bit of tightness through the hips as well. Guys, great work. Lovely. Okay, so repeat onto the other side. So just take that into practice. We're looking to place that just above the knee, roll through the middle, 3 to 5 seconds. Brilliant. Once again, you can take a bit more time if you do find a nodgy bit. Just going 1 centimetre forward and back. Once again, through the middle. Other areas not yet discussed is this also helps flexibility. So for example, if you have tightness of the knees, one of the most common things with tightness of the knees through training, especially after increasing load in marathon training on the inside next, or increasing pressure and watching the form drop because of tiredness, is flexibility, and is the flexibility of the knee tends to reduce with that increased load. So as a result, the knee gets placed out of position or into the inside again, or you feel tightness walking downstairs, maybe even walking upstairs, or following an intense strength session like one that we've done with recent Olympians and so on and so forth. Okay guys, so the last ones here, we're just going on top, doing the outside front of the leg. As always, take note of what areas are tightest. What have you done in the training recently? Have you increased your strength, done more squats, more lunges, more miles? That has meant this area potentially would be tighter than normal, or maybe it's fine. Maybe it's time to up the intensity a little. Increasing that flexibility releases the joints a little bit, and it means that the pressure should be less. Okay, fantastic. So next up we go to the calves. Now for this one, we lie down onto our back. We double check that we have around about 1/2 meter in front of us here, and you place your foot down onto your Achilles. This one's best done without slippers or shoes on. And all you're going to do from here, level 1, is bring your hands down by your sides, lift your bum up, and just push slowly, 3 to 5 seconds, the calves through this movement up to the back of the knee. And we think back to that pastry analogy. What we're looking to do is just to roll out the joint. Level 2 is to increase the pressure downward through the calf. So therefore it's a deeper exercise. Once again, foam rolling shouldn't change your facial expression. So what that means, it shouldn't be painful as such. If it is, stick to level 1. If not, let's push it a little bit more. Bum comes up and you just rock that forwards, keeping the pressure through the cuffs, through the middle. Your toes are both facing upwards towards the ceiling, and just roll through behind the knee. Are you screaming at me at the moment? If you are, just make sure your screen is on mute. I'm only messing. Okay, so from there, guys, we move over your toes at a 45-degree angle. Okay. Lovely job. I'll show you this one here. So you're at 45-degree angle. Once again, you've got level 1 coming through, nice and slowly, or you can do level 2 as you place the other leg on top for extra weight through the calves, moving through. The hands are nice and far back now, and you get behind the knee. Okay, next one, we point the toes to the other side. So you do the inside of the calf. If you've just done this one, go to the other side. Good. Level 1 or level 2, you choose. Great work. Okay, let's go to the other leg next. Starting with the first one. Choose level 1 or level 2. Roll through twice. Relax it. As you come back, we're always going towards the heart, remember? So the pressure as you come back should be released. So you should never be pushing it away from the heart. Just no need, it's just not as effective. It's not dangerous as such, it's just not as effective. Onto the outside, toes are facing outward. Onto the other side. The harder you push down on the top leg, the more deep the massage or the rolling out here. Fantastic, really good work, guys. Okay, fantastic work. Now, a lot of people look to foam roll the IT band. So just a reminder from the anatomy side of things, the IT band is this side here that comes up from this little ball and socket point at the top. And it's got a bubble and it rolls right down to the outside of the knee. Between you and me, guys, this is not effective. The IT band is super flexible. And what you're going to do is you're just going to push it into what's called floaty surface. It doesn't go against a bone. Whereas the muscles at the front we've just rolled out up against a bone. So you actually are pushing them onto a surface like the pastry on the kitchen side. And the same with the calves. They've got that movement itself against the bone. So there's no need to roll out the IT band. Instead, what we do is this pocket on the side of your body just here, we get your thumb into, and you just place some small clockwise based circles looking for tightness. And you just move that in and around the top sort of corner of your glutes, move it in around the side, looking to find this red bubble of upper IT band. If you have a look and you Google IT band or IT band syndrome, you will see on anatomy version of this, there's a bubble, then a white small tendon. We're looking just to free up that bubble itself as the tendon's flexible. Try the other side, moving through there. Great work, guys. Okay, so that is your foam roller personified. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. Those are a few techniques that you may have either been refreshed on or you may have tried out for the first time. Of course, there's more that you can do with those. If you have any questions or you enjoyed one specific exercise today, then plain and simply just drop me a message and we'll go from there. So, and I'll either add those into your plan, or we can just do a bit more of those. Absolute pleasure as always, guys, to have you guys joining us.